Hey, what's good, guys? It's your boy Justin. Um, what I wanted to do was kind of make a video showing you guys how I use the scanner and how you could get very accurate trades with the scanner, right? If you've ever looked at the scanner before, it gives you harmonic patterns and it bases them off algorithms and math and all this extra stuff. But pretty much what the scanner does is it finds you trades based off of this harmonic pattern, right? It gives you an entry, a stop loss, a take profit, all that good stuff. But sometimes the trades aren't good. Sometimes the market breaks the harmonic. Sometimes it doesn't get all the way to entry. Sometimes there's a bunch of different things that are going to go on. Pretty much, I'm going to break down how I like to use the scanner, and I have a few little rules here, and I'm going to be going more in depth into these rules and all this stuff. But first one we have is we only trade 1 and 4 hour scans. What does that mean? That means up here where it says scan for H1, H4, and D1, that means the only trades we're looking to take are the 1 hour harmonic scanner trades and the 4 hour. And the reason I say those is just simply that, you know, those work the best with the strategy that we've developed. Number two, I say we look for a divergence and only trade scans with divergence. And I'm going to explain to you what divergence is and how you can find it in the market. And in three, it's just trace X to D, and I'll explain that here in a little bit. Let's talk about divergence before we talk about anything else. Let me see if I can find an example of some divergence. Let's see. I don't necessarily see any on this chart, but let's see. Oh, here's some. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, cool. We can say that this point right here is pretty much a low, right? And the market comes down and it makes a deeper low right here, right? So what we could say is, let me adjust this real quick. What we can say is that when we see that the market is doing something like this, man, this isn't really cooperating with me. Oh my god. Okay, we can say that overall that this is higher than this, but when it comes down to, what our RSI, our relative strength index, is telling us, this point is lower than this point. You guys see that? Even though this is higher on this it doesn't match up, right? You see how every time there's a move, a big push up, when the chart pushes up, this pushes up. When the strength of the market doesn't match up what the candlesticks are doing, that's called divergence. It tells you pretty much when to buy and when to sell, little things like that. So going forward, when it comes to the scanner, pretty much what we do is we look for divergence. And how we do that, it's simple. We trace the X to D leg, right? So we grab our trend line tool. And make mine as thick as possible. Let's make it to a visible color. What we're going to do is we're going to highlight the X to the D, right? Come on. This thing's really not cooperating with me. We're going to highlight the X to the D, right? And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the RSI, the relative strength index, and find the exact candlestick in position where the X is, plot it, and then go all the way to the D, which is right there, right? So now what we can see is that the scanner is showing X to D is going down, but the RSI is showing it going up, right? What this indicates is that there's divergence in this market. That gives us confirmation on why to sell this trade right there when it popped up, right? For this trade, there was some news involved, but overall, if we were to enter there where the current market price is about 40 pips, right? So that's still a good amount of pips. But again, all we're doing is we're going X to D, and we're going from the X to the D on the RSI as well, right? We're just matching what's going on up here to down here. Let's say we have a inverted scanner trade, right? What I mean by that is, let's say instead of selling it, we were buying it, right? Let's say we were buying this trade. If X to D is under the candlesticks on the chart, you're going to draw the trend line on the RSI underneath the RSI, right? And with that, you're just kind of flipping it around. But I would say, guys, practice this on a demo maybe. Look for these trades, post them in the group chat, and you're going to see a lot of success with these trades.